This is Dr. Trashbag, and today I wanted to go over necessary mods when you're playing Nurgle. Currently, this is for Total War Warhammer 3, update 2.3. So, Loreful Nurgle, thanks to Johnny's Workshop. All the links, by the way, is in the description if you'd like to quickly go there. The main thing here is it gives all the units a unit ability, which gives a damage over time, 6 to 12 health points per second, plus a -2 melee attack, and that's kind of like a Pencil aura, and that's kind of like you're making everyone sick that is close to you, and that kind of makes sense to Nurgle, because Nurgle is a slow, high health type of army, and if you don't have that damage over time, it's really hard to kind of really wear down the enemy. And that decrease a little bit in melee attack, that makes sense. They're not only getting sick and getting hurt, but they're also, their body is tired from trying to fight off this disease. You can go into the details, but it's this aura, and then there's also a unholy resilience, and what that gives is it gives 20% missile resistance and a regeneration. I believe it's like 0.3% heal. And it kind of just helps with balancing. And so now Exalted Plague Bearers go toe-to-toe with Exalted Bloodletters. But they'll still lose a 1v1 fight, but it's not as much one-sided. Slaanesh Exalted Demonettes now need to have superior mobility and flank to kill Exalted Plague Bearers. So they can still beat them, but it's a little bit harder. Zeech will still fry you at range, but it's not so one-sided once you get up to them. So it's, in my opinion, it's a really good mod just for kind of more loreful. Yeah, exactly. More loreful for Nurgle, and I tend to like playing Nurgle a little bit more with that one. The next mod is better Nurgle technology, and every single technology has an update. So you can go through here and see what has been updated, but I believe usually, for example, this one, it's like +5 growth and like +1 Nurgle corruption. But now we added another corruption for adjacent provinces and from 5 to 7, because Nurgle really likes the numbers 3 and 7, right? It's also a little bit more loreful. So you can go down here in the list and see what's all being added, but it's every single technology, and so you don't feel it at first, but once you have 10 or more technologies, you can feel yourself kind of going through the campaign a little bit more, a little bit more smoothly. It feels you don't have to, hold yourself back and build up as much. So that's really helpful. Nurgle Garrisons. So I don't like that there's no real military defense building for Nurgle, and a way around this is the Nurgle Garrisons made by Mafir's Workshop, and so this makes it to where all of the military buildings, now you get at least one unit for a garrison, and that really adds up, especially if you have 2 or more of these buildings, you get 2 or more squads, so that's really helpful. You can look at the details there. And then the last one is Nurgle Add Fever to Recipes by Malganinis Workshop. And it just makes it, instead of 150, now it's 500. That really helps out in terms of, just getting more money, especially in the late game. Because if you have all of these plagues, you are pretty far in the game. So that's helpful. And I believe the technology, which is by number 0.213's Workshop, I think I forgot to highlight the creator. I believe their technology actually increases it to 100 gold once you get it. Viral infections. Okay, maybe it's not there. Highly infection. Unlike fever. Okay, maybe that's not from the technology. Maybe that's actually from this one. Anyways, I have a game going. I just started another Nurgle campaign. let me turn down the background volume a little bit. But the enemy had a... Pretty much they were going to say that they're going to wipe us out. But with the extra buffs that they're getting, they get the Cloud of Flies, melee defense, they get the missile resistance, and a little bit of regen. Oh, it's 0.03%, sorry. And then with the enemy, they have the Pestilent Aura, which gives 6 to 12 damage per second and -2 attack. And this Pestilent Aura, this does not stack, so if you have multiple units together, it will not stack. And I noticed that every unit has poison, but of course poison doesn't do any damage, it's just like a heavy debuff. So now we're kind of more able to take on these large initial armies, especially the undead. The undead are really difficult to take out in the beginning of his campaign, of Nurgle's campaign. So now you kind of have a answer to that. Silence those archers, please. Thank you. Especially because I think those guys are anti-large. I'm using Kogath to kind of shoot into that big blob over there. I think that's going to be very effective. Alright, they're gone, but we have more units incoming. So you can see wounds. Oh, okay. He has that Pestilent Aura. If you're still having trouble in the campaign, just remember to, in my experience when you're playing as Kogath, go down the red tree first and upgrade your Nurglings and your Plague Bearers of Nurgle. That tends to help out a lot. I did a few campaigns where I was leveling up, you know, the cool magic spells that Kogath gets, and not leveling up my units first. So that's another tip there. Well, I hope you found this useful. I hope this looks like mods that you might want to try in the future and maybe get you excited for playing Nurgle in the near future. If you found this helpful, please give me a like and subscribe. And I believe I'm going to start a full Kogath Plaguefather playthrough, because they've done a lot of other updates with him as well since I've played him last. Alright. Well, I appreciate it, and you'll have a good one. I'll see you in the next episode.